This is Mr. W speaking to all my fellow investigators out there. I invite you to leave behind what you think you know. Close your eyes, let the static of the world fade, and follow me into a story that brushes the edge of reality. Tonight, we turn our gaze towards a name that has become synonymous with mystery, secrecy, and the tantalizing possibility of the impossible hidden in plain sight. Bob Lazar. For decades, the mere mention of Area 51 has conjured images of secret government projects, experimental aircraft, and whispers of things not of this world. This highly classified United States Air Force facility in Nevada, cloaked in secrecy during the Cold War, was a place of high-stakes hide-and-seek, involved in the testing of advanced technologies. But for many, the intense public fascination with Area 51 as a potential hub for extraterrestrial technology truly began in 1989 with the emergence of a man named Bob Lazar. Lazar first appeared in an interview with investigative reporter George Knapp on a Las Vegas television station. His face was hidden, and he used a pseudonym. But his claims were anything but hidden. He alleged he had been part of a classified government project operating out of a subsidiary facility near Area 51, a place he called S4, located near Papoose Lake. According to Lazar, this site was built into a mountainside with concealed aircraft hangars. His astonishing claim: he was tasked with assisting in the reverse engineering of not one, but 9 flying saucers, which he said were extraterrestrial in origin. He even coined a name for one, the Sport model, describing its metallic substance as similar in appearance and touch to liquid titanium. Lazar offered glimpses inside these purported craft, describing a strange interior with 3 seats placed equidistant around a central reactor. He mentioned large rectangular objects, also spaced around the center, with no buttons or lights, all the same color but different shapes. He spoke of 3 distinct levels within the craft. Central to the alleged propulsion system was a substance he referred to as Element 115. While Element 115 has since been added to the periodic table, the properties Lazar described don't match the known characteristics of this extremely radioactive, lab-made element. Lazar maintained that scientists had only created a few atoms and that future testing might reveal a stable isotope with the properties he described. His story paints a picture of a scientific effort encountering profound challenges. He suggested that the technology was so far beyond current understanding that progress was made in fits and starts, with the craft being put away and brought back out years later when material science might have caught up. This idea echoes in some modern discussions about potentially retrieved, non-terrestrial materials. Adding another layer to the mystery, Lazar mentioned hearing that at least one of these 9 craft might have been discovered during an archaeological dig, suggesting an ancient origin rather than a recent extraterrestrial arrival. To prove his story, Lazar claimed to have taken friends to witness test flights of the craft on 3 separate occasions near the S4 location, some 70 miles south of Area 51. These individuals, despite differing in many ways, reportedly all agreed on one thing. They saw something extraordinary that night, something they had never seen before or since, at the exact time and place Lazar predicted. However, this act of taking unauthorized observers led to his being caught and reportedly losing his job at the clandestine facility. Of course, a story this extraordinary invites intense scrutiny, and Bob Lazar's credibility has faced significant challenges over the years. Critics point to the lack of verifiable evidence regarding his claims of advanced education and employment as a physicist at institutions like MIT or Caltech, or even Los Alamos National Laboratory. While some evidence, such as a Los Alamos Labs phone directory listing his name and a local newspaper profile identifying him as a physicist there in 1982, has emerged, Los Alamos has consistently denied having any record of a Robert Lazar working for them. Some suggest he might have been a subcontractor, not a direct employee, which could explain the lack of official records. His history includes legal troubles, including involvement with a pandering operation and lawsuits related to illegally smuggling banned chemicals, events which some journalists and authors argue further cast doubt on his reliability. Even some close to him have reportedly described him as someone prone to telling stories. One detail initially presented as compelling proof of Lazar's story was his description of a specific hand scanner used for security access at the facility. However, skeptical investigations have shown that a similar device, the iDynamite 2000, was public knowledge as early as 1971 and was even featured in the 1977 UFO film Close Encounters of the Third Kind. This raises the question of whether Lazar truly had inside knowledge or drew inspiration from existing technology and popular culture. Skeptics often argue that Lazar's story is an elaborate fabrication designed for attention or financial gain. Yet, supporters counter that he has largely shied away from the spotlight and hasn't sought significant profit from his claims, even donating earnings from related projects to science programs. But the Bob Lazar story exists within a broader context of unexplained phenomena and government secrecy. While Lazar's specific claims remain unproven, the fact that the United States government has formally acknowledged and investigated unidentified aerial phenomena, or UAPs, is now part of the public record through programs like ADIP and OSAP. Recent reports by credible military personnel describing objects performing maneuvers beyond known capabilities, such as the Tic-Tac or gimbal incidents, have brought the conversation into the mainstream like never before. There are also claims, such as those surrounding the alleged Wilson memo, which Jeremy Corbell has stated is a real document, suggesting private industry has held non-terrestrial materials and denied access to military officials seeking information about potential reverse engineering programs. Could Lazar's story, even if embellished or inaccurate in details, be rooted in a reality of secret government or private sector efforts to understand and potentially replicate advanced, non-human technology? The variety of reported UAP shapes, saucers, cigars, orbs, has led some to speculate they serve different purposes, like different tools for different tasks. This opens the door to more complex theories about the intelligence behind them. What if these phenomena aren't solely extraterrestrial in the sense of coming from other planets? The concept of interdimensional intelligence, of beings or phenomena originating from dimensions beyond our known space-time, offers another lens. Some accounts associated with places like Skinwalker Ranch describe vehicles seemingly coming through a space in the sky. Could the craft Bob Lazar claim to have worked on, or the intelligence behind them, operate across dimensions? This perspective links his narrative, however controversial, to a wider pattern of high strangeness reported globally. Bob Lazar himself has been described as a tragic figure, someone tormented by the path his life took after going public. He claims the government attempted to erase his history, making it difficult to verify his background, fueling the debunkers' arguments, but also, for believers, serving as potential evidence of a cover-up. He speaks of the immense personal cost he has paid over 3 decades of scrutiny and skepticism. It forces us to consider, hypothetically, the immense challenge a government would face if confronted with a discovery so profound it could fundamentally alter our understanding of reality. How do you disclose something like that to a global population? The story of Bob Lazar, with its compelling details and frustrating lack of definitive proof, remains a powerful narrative in the landscape of the unexplained. It continues to spark debate, inspire speculation, and pull fellow investigators into the enigmatic shadows surrounding Area 51 and the persistent mystery of unidentified aerial phenomena. Whether he was a whistleblower revealing astonishing truths or a master storyteller weaving a captivating tale, his claims push the conversation about secret technology, alleged alien craft, and government knowledge into the public consciousness like few others before him. And so, fellow investigators, we are left with the enduring question: in the vast, unknown expanse that surrounds us, what truths remain hidden, and what price is paid by those who claim to have glimpsed them? What should be the case for the next video? Tell me in the comments. Thanks for watching.